We have actual votes. This information coming courtesy of Catalyst. Thus far, 24.4 million Americans have already voted. Let's get right to CNN Politics Executive Editor Mark Preston, who's at our decision desk. Mark, while we don't have exact vote totals, what can we try to discern from these numbers about what's happening in these important battleground states, such as Florida or Arizona or North Carolina, where there is early voting?
Well, Jake, you know, in 38 states right now, as you said, about 24.4 million people have already voted, as you can see. Let's look exactly at the state of Florida, which you brought up. More people have voted in Florida than any other state so far this year. About 3.6 million people have voted. Let's dig into the numbers. And if you look right here, Republicans have a slight edge. Now, normally this would not be good news for Republicans, who tend to have a higher edge when it comes to absentee voting. However, let's look at these numbers compared to 2008. As you see right here, the edge right now is that Democrats had a higher propensity of people coming out. So they're actually about 3 percentage points now behind where they were. They need to get that number up over the next few days. Let's look at the state of Arizona, which was typically red. Well, about 1 million people, they've crossed the threshold, have voted in Arizona, a state now that Democrats are contesting. Look, at Republicans have an edge here. It's about a 4 percentage point edge. However, dig a little bit deeper and look at what they had in 2012. They had about a 10-point edge. It has now been cut to 4 percentage points. These are big numbers, Jake. I'd be remiss without pointing out right here, look at this number right here of undecided voters, independent voters, and those from other political parties. 27% of the electorate in the state of Arizona. It's worth noting as well, in the state of Arizona, Donald Trump has spent zero money on any television advertising. He has held some big rallies. Let's go into the state of North Carolina right now. North Carolina, about 1.6 million people, a little more than that, have voted so far, Jake. Diving deep into the numbers right here. Look, Democrats have an edge, a very sizable edge right now. As you can see, about 13.4% lead right there over Republicans. However, if you compare it to 2012, they're lagging behind. They had a 17 percentage point lead. So Democrats need to get up their numbers as they're contesting that state in North Carolina, Jake. So we'll have more numbers as they come in, but clearly lots of people are starting to get out there to vote.